Good morning. What's going on, internet? Hello, you beautiful people. What is up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, you beautiful YouTube loves. How are you? How are we feeling today? Oh, so good to be back. So good to be here. Cheers. Hope your holidays were well. Hope you guys had fun with your family. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hopefully Santa brought you all the presents that you wanted. Did you get everything you wanted and more? Did you get everything you wanted and more? I hope so. Cheers. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. What's up? It's a little bit red in here. I might need like a new ring light or something, I think, because it's just kind of red. But you know what? This is it. This is the new spot. This is where we're at. Smash like. Cheers, fam. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. How are we doing this morning, everyone? Let's say hey to the room. What's going on, guys? Whoa, what's up? First in, Corey Ziegelman, my boy. What's up, Corey? How was H-Town, bro? What's up, Mr. Pace? Whoa, Mr. Pace, how are you, dude? Good to see you. Cheers, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for keeping your notification bell on so you know what is happening whenever I decide to go randomly stream. 9:45 a.m. 9:45 a.m. stream in Texas. It's 9:45 right now. I got some stuff to do, so we started a little bit early. I was going to see if we could even just get this thing to go, so it looks like it's working. It looks like the stream's working right now. So, hey, what's up, everybody? Cheers. Thank you so much. What's up, Diane? Tim? What's up, man? Hey, yo. I hope everybody had a good holidays. Hope you guys are feeling well. Hope you guys got plenty of good food and good smiles and hugs from the people that love you. Hopefully you're feeling rejuvenated and ready for this next year, next month, whatever's on your horizon. Yes, totally. Enjoying the new surroundings? Yes. Totally. It's very nice. Very nice in here. Mwah. Very nice. What up? A little relaxing time? Totally. You guys deserve it. You guys deserve some time with the fam. What's up, Kick Boy? Hey, what's up, fam? El Brado. Rohit. What's going on? Rohit, my man. Angel. What's up? Tubatsi Molai. Hello, Prodigal. What's up? Nice Hash. James. DW. Empire. Patrick. P-Boy. Meowgi. What's up, Meowgi? Jack Levy. Visa Boom. XRP. Grind. What's up, dude? Hey, Grind. And, just good to see you guys. Cheers. Thanks for joining the stream, everyone. I appreciate you guys. What's happening with you out there? What's going on with the price of XRP? What's going on with the Christmas miracles, the news that we've been seeing? I don't have my green screen set up yet, so this is just the room now that you can see behind me. But might have the green screen back soon, and we'll be chilling. We're in the mountains, obviously, right now, kicking it. But let's just get to it. Let's just get to it, everyone. Let's get to it. First, as you know, I am not a financial advisor. Yo, what's up, Shreet? Thanks for subscribing, bro. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and roll the disclosure. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary, and I'm not offering financial advice. I'm looking at information and reviewing it with you. Also, before we get started, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that like button to show support to our channel, and click that bell to get notifications for whenever I post videos next. I know I need to update that so it says 13K. Thank you guys so much. Whoa, Larry O. Larry O, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it. Kicking us off with a really solid really solid super chat, man. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, Larry O. I really appreciate it, bro. Man, that's a good kickoff right there. Let's do a little moment of catch up though for those of you guys that, well, first let's hit a honky for Larry. Larry, this honky's for you, bro. Investor Blast Off, my favorite. Let's just get it hyped in here. That just gets me going. That just gets me going. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. Thank you so much, Larry, for the super chat. I appreciate it. What up, Crypto Comedy Club, Cambo, Vision, DW, hello, Jack Levy, Pew Pew, Plow, Zowie, Pew Pew. You know what? Over the holidays, I don't know if you guys had a similar experience, but I was talking to my family a lot. Yeah, I did move. ... Memories. ... That's a good summary, Cambo Vision. It's a good summary of why I'm in a new spot. It's like a eternal sunshine of the spotless mind for me now. I don't even know what you're talking about. What happened? I don't even know. If you guys had a similar experience to me, I put up a tweet yesterday that was something like along the lines of, did you chat with your families about crypto and DLT technology? See, here's the tweet I put up. Wait, let's go up. You guys are looking at the bottom of it. Here we go. So over Christmas, I had a good opportunity to talk about crypto and DLT with my family. Some of you guys responded like no one wanted to talk to me about that. I did not push this conversation at all. I just happily was just there to enjoy the family and have hugs and you know, good food, etc., smiles. And you know, my family is so smart, and they're really just a beautiful group of people. So I was really appreciative just to be hanging out with them and feeling good. And whoa, thank you so much, Farshad. Dude, I really appreciate it. Good morning, XRP fam. Happy New Year. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys feeling today? Boom. Cheers. Pew pew. I don't know if you guys had a similar experience, but chatting with my family, I realized that most... Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, man.
Good morning, my XRP family.
Good morning, XRP fam. How are you guys today? I had an experience chatting with my family where everyone still... If you say cryptocurrencies, they're honestly just thinking about Bitcoin, and they're very excited to say Bitcoin's a scam or Bitcoin's failing. And for the most part, I agreed. I was like, yeah, Bitcoin's not doing very well. And I tried to explain like why Bitcoin's not as efficient and why Bitcoin's proof of work algorithms not going to remain as effective moving forward. But it was interesting to see two things. I took away two really big things from chatting with my family about crypto, and they're really smart people. I love listening to them and learning from them. They are still, like most people, really holding on to the conversation narrative that Bitcoin is a scam, and that's the one coin that people are highlighting and talking about the most. So that's a big thing to recognize, that if you think about cryptocurrencies and you say Bitcoin, if you say cryptocurrencies at all, people are like, oh, Bitcoin. Yeah. That's not doing very well, is it? It's not going that great. And that's actually one of the things I saw come up in the news today was, is 2018 the year Bitcoin died? And, you know, they have websites where people talk about how many times someone's tried to call Bitcoin dead, and it still seems to come back from that. But I thought that's one of the things to think about. Out of the two things, one is that the conversation of crypto is still focused on how it's failed and how Bitcoin's not working. And I thought, you know what, that's fine. I can accept that because I don't really champion Bitcoin. I champion XRP. And so when I started explaining and breaking down the reasons that XRP is going to be used instead of Bitcoin, I realized another big thing is that it might be a little bit longer of a time frame than we expected. And that is okay too. Both these things are okay. This is actually good news. This is great news if you think about it, because that's what you want. People might say like, oh, it's massive manipulation, and it might be, but it also could just be the fact that they're trying to build out an effective global liquidity network, and they can't rush that. They can't rush it to market. You don't want to rush technology to market. It doesn't make sense to do so. So I was just thinking like, wow, there is a lot to learn from talking to people who are outside the conversation in a sense. And I was really excited to be just, you know, able to kind of take in this information, realizing that it might be, it might be a minute, it might be another minute before people's perspectives change. And that's a big thing, especially when you're talking about new technology. But at some point, you have to realize, I was explaining to one of my uncles that XRP is going to be used at the baseline of some of these consumer apps without people even knowing that XRP is being used. Kind of like how you don't need to explain to someone how the IP is working for them to enjoy surfing on Facebook. You know, like they're on Facebook having a good time, but that was powered by the IP, that like standardized protocol of the internet. So there's a degree of perspective that's shifting, I think, where you can see legitimate companies and legitimate technology being pushed to market with blockchain at the base. And maybe people will never know the name of XRP. And that's actually one of the tweets I saw today that I thought was really cool. First off, let's just cheers to Matt, who's always out here dropping bombs. Matt Hamilton put up this before we go on to what I was going to talk about. He's responding to someone that basically said, anyone waiting for the day that the decentralized exchanges become more popular and XRP is unable to be listed because of blah blah. blah, 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 blah. And so Matt responded and said, you do realize the XRP ledger has a decentralized exchange built in, right? And that what you don't realize is XRP is the oldest running and highest quality liquidity decentralized exchange operating at the moment. Also, just to correct you, no, Ripple doesn't control 100% of the servers. So you can see this conversation still very much evolving, and people are still kind of just very confused about what, education's key. Education's key. So that's why it's really exciting for us to really keep ourselves informed and stay on the cutting edge of what's actually taking place. So I thought that was cool. Matt Hamilton's always out there doing the thing, but this was even better. Tiffany put this up this morning. XRP is so decentralized, it doesn't even have a name. XRP is just an ISO for 2017 compliant code. That's what it is. That's awesome. That's so awesome. So again, this is a great tweet. Tiffany's putting this up. XRP, the code ISO 420 compliant code, just is a name for them to call it. It's so decentralized, it doesn't even have an actual name. That's awesome. I really thought that was a great little tweet she put out. And what else can you really expect? Like, what else is really happening other than just the continual discussion, the narrative that we've been focusing on for so long? And I'm excited. I'm excited, honestly, to be part of this space still, because nothing's changed. I was looking at something the other day. It was the Binance adding 2 pairs. So I put that video up. It wasn't like a regular edit because I did it kind of like on the fly. It was actually a phone edit. Could you guys tell? I edited that entire video and put it together on my phone. Which one was that? The Binance adding 2 pairs with XRP as the base. This video that we put up is talking about Binance adding Ethereum tab. It's changing the Ethereum tab to alts tab, and then changing the top 2. If we go over to Binance, let's check it out. Where are we at? So changing Ethereum. Can you guys see that? No, it's right below where you guys can see. Here we go. Here we go. So looking at what used to be the Ethereum tab is now alts, and the top 2 are TRX and Zcoin paired to XRP. So I put up this video talking about that. I was like, this is pretty exciting. This is good news, but also not maybe what we expected when we talked about Binance listing XRP as a base. We thought maybe they'd have some more coins pushed through. So that was exciting to see. That came through. I would say it's a Christmas present to the community, Christmas miracle maybe. But one of the things that I didn't even mention in the video, but if you look at this article, Binance is adding 2 pairs with XRP as the quote asset. It says also last week that the global head of banking at Ripple is said that no banking institutions are using XRP right now because the regulatory framework around the usage of digital assets is not very clear. So at some point you have to recognize that there's institutions paired up and waiting and looking to make this jump, but they need clarity. Just like the same conversation we've been having for a long time, for it seems like a while now. That's okay. I think that's going to be fine. So looking at this, alts tab being changed to, or Ethereum tab being changed to alts, and looking at XRP jumping on here, adding some pairs to XRP on Binance. I think we saw maybe a little bit of a percentage of change happen inside of this pairing, maybe 5% up or something. I haven't looked at Live Coin Watch today. I don't really know. Let's go look. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it for joining. Cheers. What's up? What's up, Rob? Revolutionist. Hello. Tars, Dan, Leo. What's going on, guys? 2 months away, you said? You think we're about 2 months away? Okay. Is XRP on a blockchain? Yes, XRP is a token that is a utility token for the decentralized XRPL. So XRP Ledger is a decentralized technology. Decentralized Ledger Technology, DLT, is what we call it. But yeah, it's blockchain. Thank you guys so much. Smash the like button. Cheers. Smash the like button. Happy to be back doing the thing. Took me a minute to get moved. Hey, what's up, James? Thank you so much, James, for cheering me on. What's going on, man? And I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if it's a public knowledge or whatever, but we're sending all of our love and support to James and his family, especially right now. We really appreciate you, man. And cheers. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Happy to have you, man. Yes, I do like this new house. The new house is nice. It's real nice. It was a super storm last night in Austin, and the rain sounds great on the roof. I was enjoying it. I had a good time. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking. Let's just go ahead and say it's an improvement. Let's go ahead and say it's a step up. It's better than my last house. So, hey, what's up? Good to be here. Thanks, guys. XRP is the decentralized standard. Yeah, that's exactly what we were saying a moment ago. We were looking at this tweet from Matt, who was talking about the decentralized exchange is built into XRP. So I think sometimes people don't realize that, but XRP has a decentralized exchange built into it. And again, there's so many technological innovations that they put into the XRP ledger that does not really ever get talked about. It doesn't ever get talked about. So it's really exciting to see that, you know, at least the patience of the community. Matt's just doing God's work out here, doing good work, responding to whoever this is, BitPos, who's just talking smack. People really like to throw shade at XRP, but that's okay. We know what's going on. So the general overview, let's look at the general overview of XRP trade volume. It is up slightly from the last time I looked at it a few days ago. XRP trade volume is, what is this, 314 million. We have 250 million in payment volume. It looks like ZB and BitBank are the top two exchanges today with their trade volume. And if we go to the top article, let's just do it. Let's just do the Kungfu news. Yeah, that's right. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we came on a little bit early today. I'm not sure if this is going to be a normal time or not, but we're just trying to get this flow going again. I wasn't sure if we were going to even get the stream to work, so I thought I'd come on early and talk about, or get a test. It's a test stream, testing. So this is one of the things I saw today that is popping off 2 minutes ago with the last update. Canada's CCX crypto exchange to list XRP with the Canadian dollar. This is announced yesterday, I believe, and it'll soon appear on the CCX exchange, pairing it with the Canadian dollar. So currently, the exchange will list XRP with the CAD pair, and it plans to add more pairs in the near future. I think Ripple, Panda Ripple maybe tweeted this out last night, paired with the Canadian dollar. How exciting. Fire is what he put up. And here's a picture of the Panda with Brad. Obviously, they're besties. I think they've been hanging out for a minute. Well, here we go. Here's the tweet that he put up. So CCX, I'm not sure if I know very much about this exchange. If you guys know very much about it, how much volume it pulls through or what it's doing. Let's go see if we can pull that up. So now listed, we are pleased to announce that XRP has been listed on the CCX with the Canadian dollar trading pair, and more will be added in the coming weeks. And they said, this is what they said, their team, about XRP. XRP is the fastest and most scalable digital asset, enabling real-time global payments anywhere in the world. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, CCX, for recognizing that. And that's really exciting to see. Cheers, what's up? Oh, thank you, mans.
We count our chickens at the end of the year. XRP moon.
Woo! Thank you so much, Farshad. I really appreciate that. That saying does seem to make sense. Where you come from, you count your chickens at the end of the year. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I've heard similar sayings to that, like you don't count your chickens until they hatch or something. I think that's pretty much seems like the similar flavor. I agree. Thank you so much, Farshad. I really appreciate the support, dude. And yes, you are correct. You are correct. There's been a bunch of just the whole year, I think, has been just a long stretch of people really trying to absorb information like a sponge. Like they just want to know. Everyone wants to know. And the problem really comes through when you have people, you know, not really understanding it. That's why it's great to see Matt talking about this, putting up this tweet, responding to whoever this guy is, Pit Boss. Anybody know who this guy is or where he comes from? There's a lot of people that just want to throw shade at XRP, but what's crazy is when you know, the general conversation, like the general community, if you go talk to someone on the street, most people are still thinking that crypto is just a scam and it's not going to happen at all, or it's falling apart. But they're always talking about Bitcoin. Everyone's always highlighting Bitcoin is not working. And if you look at what's actually happening, if you look at what's being developed, if you talk about the ILP, I think that there's a very real thread of information that you can follow to arrive at the realization that when you have so many big partners and you have so many people looking at using this technology, it doesn't matter how much they want to try to speculate or how much you want to hear someone throwing shade towards this technology. It's just a refinement of technology. It's a refinement of the digital space. It's a refinement of blockchain technology, one that they've been doing a really good job of putting together. They've been doing such a good job of making this happen for so long. They've created this you know, every step of the way they've made improvements in this space. And they've also brought a level of professionalism to the space that I don't think any other coin has really even come close to touching. So I think that if you wanted to consider like what's the time frame here, that's the one thing I realized when I was hanging out with my family and chatting with people. I was realizing that most people still are really talking about how crypto is over and dead. But if you really look at the time frame and you're having a short-term expectation, like, oh man, I think it's going to happen tomorrow, you know, we don't know. We really don't know when this is going to start to really pick up and the catalyst pushes us into that next level of use and adoption. But we can definitely say, and pretty much, I'm not going to say guarantee because there's no guarantees. We always say don't risk more than you can afford to lose. But if you look at what banks like, which is money, and if you look at what happens with the ledger, the utility of the ledger, they save money. It's insane. It's insane. There's no way it would not be utilized by all these partners that have been brought on. That's big stuff. That's really big stuff. And you really have to recognize that there's not necessarily as much. I know people are always like, oh, it's a massive manipulation. There is manipulation happening, but I think that they're really just trying to build this out to be effective. They need to build it out to actually work. It needs to have, it needs to be stress test in a sense before it's pushed to market. Imagine launching something like a global liquidity solution and then having to say, whoa, actually wait, we need to kick everyone off so we can fix this really quick and put it back up. That's not how it works. You don't want to do that. You pretty much want to have it ready to go out the gate, and that's one of the reasons that I think we still see a lot of the developments happening, innovation happening in the sector is still so not reflected by price. If you go look at what are we looking at right now for price, we're looking at 35 cents for XRP. I think it just bounced up from, there was 36 maybe this morning, came back down to 34 for a second. So people talk about this a lot. This is the disconnect between price and utility, the disconnect between the innovation and the improvement of the technology and the actual price. They're not connected. There's no correlation yet. So that's good news. I think that's good news. I think that's honestly the best news we could have, is that we know that the technology's refinement and that it's more useful than any other DLT, but we still have a lot of uncertainty with clarity, which means that banks just can't use it, which means that you can't see the volume in the corridor, which means the price is not going to move. That's all pretty sweet news. It's all pretty sweet news. Yo, what's up? You just tweeted at me? So we were just talking about this. I'm going to go look at your tweet. I'm just going to close up this segment. The Canada's CCX crypto exchange to list XRP with the Canadian dollar. Announced yesterday. It'll go live on their exchange, and it has plans of adding more pairs in the near future. Oh, that's what we were going to do. I was going to go look at how much volume they have. Depending on like what, let's go look at the exchanges and see what CCX has. So not the highest volume exchange, $10,000 in 24 hours. Not the highest volume exchange, but that's okay. That's fine. That's not that big a deal. It's maybe not going to have the most immediate uptick on price, but it will be exciting to see what do they have right now, just CCX to PDC. So CCX to BTC is 95% of their trade volume. So if we go and look at this inside the time frame they add XRP, like when they decide to XRP pair their Canadian dollar on the exchange, I'd like to see how much this volume moves over to XRP pair. That'd be great to see. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll make sure we check that out. What did you tweet at me? Let's go find out. Where did you tweet at me? Where did you tweet at me? Hey, thanks, Ticket to the Moon. I really appreciate it, man. Yo, thanks. Stuart XRP put this tweet up. This is kind of cool. Ask me anything with Brad and Monica, December 18th. Here's some quotes, some takeaways from that AMA. Increased regulatory clarity in other markets around the world. You know, Ripple is a very global company, and XRP ecosystem is very global inherently. And so, you know, you've seen markets like Abu Dhabi and UK, Singapore, and even Thailand and central banks. The regulatory environment and those markets provide clarity around regulatory frameworks to engage Japan to be another country at highlight. What does 2019 look like? We want to bring more XRapid to more corridors. We want to bring XRapid to more corridors. We're looking at what specific corridors have regulatory clarity that we need. So this is, again, one of the things you got to recognize how professional they are in their approach. They're not trying to skip out on P's and clarity. They're not trying to jump over red tape. They are really working with the institutions and the powers that be to make this effective and make it work for everyone. This is, again, something that we don't really know how long it could take. There could be something, you know, building, and that could be launched, you know, January 1st. We know the R3 Corda Settler app is going live. R3 Corda Settler app is going live is going to be really big. I'm not sure how big because we just don't know. We have yet to see anything that really makes pairing for use case and price yet because no one's really using it. But this January 1st, R3 Corda Settler app going live with payment settlements because of their pairing to XRP. That's big stuff. And if you're sending money home, if you're thinking about, you know, sending money around the world, what else would you really want other than to save that money? You're not trying to spend more money to send money. That's January 1st. That's right. Yeah, Kickboy, January 1st, the R3 Corda Settler app goes live. So that's big. That's big stuff. Hey, thank you so much, Light Yagimi. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up. What's up, everybody? Smash that like button. Let's do this. Good to see you guys. I hope you guys had a great holiday. I hope you guys had good times with the fam. I hope you guys got good food, stuffed your faces, and you're feeling well, and you're ready for another beautiful last week. You got, I think, what is it, like a week left of this year to just do everything. Everything you thought you were going to do in the last 11 months and 3 weeks, you can now do in just a week. That's right. You can do it. I believe in you. I can believe in you. I do believe in you, and you can do it. So, Crypto Comedy Club says, there's a lot of misinformation and uncertainty for new investors. General public is not educated on crypto. And I agree 100%. And I think that's one of the reasons that I've been really excited to continually have this conversation, just looking at how patient the Ripple execs are and how patient David Schwartz and Brad Garlinghouse are when they talk about the technology and when they shoot down FUD and when they shoot down the confusion surrounding the technology. I think that that's really exciting to see how good a job they do. I'm inspired by them. They're amazing. So I was trying to go to Twitter because 1000 Bones says, I tagged you in a tweet about ILP. Did that just happen? Did you just tag me? Because I don't see it. Tell me more. Tell me more. Yes, totally. Looking for tweet. Hey, thank you so much for all the support, guys. Cheers. I appreciate it. Do a front lever. All right. Leah Chim wants me to do a front lever. I will, man. I'll totally front lever it out. I'll front lever for sure. For sure. Whoa, Bandito. Thank you so much, man. Bandito, what's up? Hey, KFN question. What? Boom. Thank you, man.
Happy holidays, KFN. Question. Why don't the big banks just buy up all the XRP since it's such a great time to get in? Hope you didn't already cover this. Thanks, oncoming fist.
Woo! That is such an awesome super chat. Thank you so much. That's a really good question, man. Bandito422 says, happy holidays. Happy holidays to all of you guys. Cheers. Welcome back to the Nerd Stream. Why don't big banks just buy up all the XRP since it's such a great time to get in? Hopefully you didn't cover that already. I'm always happy to cover things if I have covered them, but I have not talked about that today at all. Thinking about big banks buying XRP is kind of it's one of the debates about how it'll be most effective in the XRP ecosystem. They can buy it, but they can also use it. They can utilize it just from it being in the ecosystem. So they can use the market makers to utilize the exchange. They can use it to send and to have a settlement of payment without basically owning it. So there's a chance that some will not buy it. They'll just do that. They'll just use the market makers to hold XRP, and they'll just benefit from the actual use case of it. But some banks are buying it, just like T1 just said they are buying it OTC. There's a lot of institutions that are actually buying a lot of XRP through over-the-counter purchases. And over-the-counter purchases are basically like black market exchanges. We don't really see that volume affect the price, or we don't see that volume or the movement of that really affect anything right now. But it's true that a lot of exchanges are buying XRP because they do see the benefit of holding it. And that's one of the things that really comes down to each institution's choice and how they want to use the ecosystem. In fact, David Schwartz and the Ripple team is so smart that they built it out to where you could do either one. You can buy it and use it by holding it, or you can just use it by using the market makers in the exchange, and it still works just as effectively. Now, it might be beneficial to buy it and hold it because we are again speculating the price is going to go up a drastic amount when people start recognizing how beneficial it is to use. But at the same time, there might be banks that don't have that clarity. They don't have the regulator clarity to allow them to make that purchase. But that does not mean it's not happening. There's a lot of banks that do hold a bunch of XRP. In fact, the R3 settlement that happened, like R3 Corda settlement that you saw people were talking about, it basically is a debate about that was basically them kind of like going into a lawsuit with Ripple because they had an opportunity to buy XRP at like 0.008, and then something happened. I think basically they didn't move on that deal fast enough, and what happened is they realized after the fact, they were like, whoa, actually, we just missed a really good deal. We could have bought however many billions of XRP or millions of XRP. We could have bought them for 0.0085, and we didn't. And now it's 30 cents. We don't want to buy it for 30 cents. We want to buy it for 0.008. And so they turned around and said, oh, wait, I thought we had a deal. And Ripple Labs was like, no deal. No soup for you. Get out. And then so they went into a lawsuit. They actually got into a legal battle about this, and it was settled privately. So we don't really know what the exact deal was that they struck between the two. But you can see R3 is launching, just like we were talking about them launching this Settle app, their Settlers app, January 1st. They wanted to hold it. They did not want to use the market exchanges and the market makers. They actually want to hold it themselves. And if you look at what XRP does as far as its use case for remittance services and for a payment settlement network, you have to realize that there's a transition phase where people are going to be moving away from Nostro Vostro accounts. So the Nostro Vostro accounts that they have around the world, where there's just piles of money sitting in these accounts, so that banks at the end of the day, they have to be able to settle their books. They have to be able to close their books, and it has to match up effectively. You can't have double spends. So that is going to be the end of an era of Nostro Vostro. And whether or not they choose to actually hold XRP, or whether they choose to use market makers is up to each institution. And you can see some institutions are smart enough to realize they should be buying it. So that's a great question. And I think each one is deciding on their own how to best approach this new technology and how they can benefit from it. I think the smarter companies are buying it. I think it's obvious that the smarter companies are definitely buying as much as they can, especially if they had an opportunity to buy it for under a penny, which is what R3 had. They kind of let that opportunity go. Maybe they reached a settlement where they did get to still buy it for 0.008, which what a deal. What a deal. Jeez. Imagine buying a million of those at 0.0085, you know, right now. I'm sure that there's some type of, oh, the purchase was 5 billion. There we go. So the fixed purchase amount of 5 billion basically is what they're in a lawsuit about. Imagine if you bought 5 billion at 0.008. You know, I'm pretty sure that the deal they struck means that they can't just turn around and sell them to the market for 35 cents or whatever we're at today, 35,992. And that's part of the agreement that they've reached. So that's a really good question, actually. Thank you so much for popping in and asking that question, dude. Good question indeed. Good question. So yeah, banks are buying it. Big exchanges are buying it, and some aren't. Some are just kind of waiting to, I think, to see how it works, to see how they can use it best. But I think those are honestly going to be the exchanges and institutions that are not going to stick around. They're not going to be able to keep up with the people that are embracing this change. You know, if you're reluctant to the change, you probably will not be able to keep up. It's like that old thing we say all the time. We say, "Don't fight the river." Don't fight the river. You will drown. You will drown. You cannot fight the river, guys. You need to build a boat and ride that river to the sea. Build a boat. Do not fight the river. Maybe build a bridge over the river. I don't know. It depends on what imagery you like. All right, let's check what's going on in the thread here. You guys are chatting it up. Return of the Nerd. Thank you guys so much for showing up. I appreciate you. What's up? How are the companies or entities that own nodes on the Ripple network and multi-hop compensated? Bill Gould has a really good question. So people often ask what's going on with the nodes and what's the incentive to run a node. XRP has so many use cases, and it's so effective and beneficial in so many other ways. I think that they actually decided to offer no incentivization, and I kind of respect that. There's zero incentive to run a node other than if you're part of the ecosystem. That's when you're like, well, maybe we should run a node. You know, it doesn't take very much energy. It doesn't cost very much. And if you're part of the XRP ecosystem, it benefits you to run your own node for a slew of reasons that are kind of nerdy and technologically heavy. So there's not really an incentive. Like with proof of work, you get paid to mine. And with proof of stake, you get paid to hold. But both of those are counterintuitive in a sense, because there might be degrees of malicious activity because of the incentive to be paid to mine. And that's also where you can see the development of technology that kind of creates the possibility for 51% attacks because of proof of work algorithms being, you know, whenever we had specialized miners, like ASICs development, like application-specific integrated circuits, were allowing people to be really effective at mining, and then they kind of took control of the network. So there's reasons that I think that they decided to pull away from compensating nodes. And the people that are running nodes, if it makes you feel any better about like what's happening in the XRP ledger, let's go pull up the charts. This is not the charts. If it makes you feel any better, if you go look at the network topology and you go look at validators, the people who are running validators are big institutions and big companies. I think IBM and MIT and I'm not really sure about the full list, but there's a lot of people that are running nodes for XRP, and they're doing it because they're part of the ecosystem. They're doing it because they are part of the XRP ecosystem. They're not being paid to do so, but they do have their neck is in the game, I guess, is a way to put it. So you can see the network topology. There's about 1,000 nodes up as of right now, 1,039 nodes. Most of them are on the current stable version of 1.1.2, and you can see all this happening right here. Pretty chill for them to think of that. So that's a good question. Bill Gould asked, put context back around that question since I rambled for a second. How are the companies being incentivized or compensated to run nodes? And they aren't. They are doing it because they want to be a part of the ecosystem. And that's a really good question. So they're doing it themselves just because they want to support the network. And there's a lot of really big institutions. In fact, if you wanted to have a really big boost of confidence for where we're headed, you can just go look at who's running nodes. And that's a really big extensive list of big partners and big names that are excited about supporting this ecosystem as we go forward. No, thank you, Bandito. I really appreciate it, man. That was a good question. Yo, what's up, Roger K? Thanks for joining, man. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you finally made it to a live stream. We're gonna do it. We're gonna keep doing it. A lot of people say XRP could never hit $100, not because of high market cap. My question is, what should happen to make XRP per $100? That's an interesting question. Call of Duty highlights. XRP, for it to reach those really high price evaluations, needs to have a lot of different things come through as far as catalysts. And one of the bigger things that I think we're going to need to see is the tipping point. And this is just a general idea, just a general conversation, a general term, I would say. It's called the tipping point, and it's the point at which the standardized par of remittance services is no longer acceptable to take 4 days. It's no longer acceptable to take a week to send money. It's no longer acceptable to pay $140 to send 1,000. It's no longer acceptable for people and companies to be taking so much money out of the people's pockets to just send money to the other side of the world or send money to their families back home. And in fact, that was one of the bigger things that I thought was exciting. If we looked at one of the things that showed up in the news in the last few weeks, I think before Christmas, was the SBI NRI remit on Yahoo Finance. So if you go look at SBI non-resident Indians and Yahoo Finance. Right here. So SBI NRI customers. So SBI saying to non-resident Indian customers, this is the easiest way to remit money to India. So thinking about this is the easiest way to send money. And again, this is on Yahoo Finance. This is not on Ethereum World News or on Bitcoin.com. This is on Yahoo Finance. The SBI, which is a huge supporter and backer of XRP and the XRP ecosystem, is talking about the non-resident Indians sending money back home to their families. And this is something that's going to become a standard of the industry, where it's no longer going to be acceptable to take 7 days to 28 days to send money home. And when it becomes a standard, there's a tipping point that happens where the rest of the world and the rest of the competing remittance companies are going to realize, like, we need to keep up with this standard. At that point, once the tipping point happens, I'm thinking that means a lot of people are wanting this asset. A lot of people are wanting to use it. A lot of people are wanting to partake in the ecosystem. That creates less supply, and that creates more demand. And then as you see more demand for this asset, as you see more volume come through the corridor, and you see more use cases arrive in the ecosystem. So you're talking about the entire ecosystem is more vast than just remittance payments. You know, like you can use XRP to stream payments on the web. You can use XRP to build out smart contracts and utilize Codius with XRP. And once you see all these other things kind of arrive in the ecosystem, and the rest of the technological standard moves to embrace the superiority of blockchain tech, that would be what we call a tipping point. And I think the tipping point is hard to pin. It's hard to say specifically when that happens, because there's a lot of resistance to change. And in fact, that's not something that's just happening because it's not just happening because people are confused about crypto. It's just something that happens all the time, where industries are reluctant to adopt new change until they have to, right? It's like one of the reasons that computer security is such a big industry right now is because for the longest time, most of the infrastructure was not being updated. People did not want to update their infrastructure. People did not need to. And so that was the last priority. Now we have all these government systems being hacked because they put their systems as a low priority to keep up to date. And so all these infrastructures are very, very in high risk of security vulnerabilities because it wasn't a necessity for a long time to update them. And that's something that just is a standard of the bureaucratic systems, I think, and their resistance to innovation. And it's not necessarily a malicious resistance. It's just a natural resistance to change. Just like people, they're very resistant to change. In fact, I was talking to someone we were talking about this in my family. Like, most people are not going to be very excited to put money on this. You know, like, we all have money on here, and we all have money, you know, that's being sent digitally, but we have a different form of use. We're used to using our card, or we're used to using our cash, or we trust our bank. So there's it's not really that hard to imagine why it's going to take a minute, or why it's not going to be just necessarily everybody's cup of tea until they have to. You know, like, it's not going to be like, some people didn't get cell phones until they had to. Like, some people didn't upgrade to getting an automobile until they had to. And that's just the way things go. That's just the way things go. And also because some people can't afford it. Some people might not be able to afford to put any money into these systems. So no big deal. Great question. Great question. Call of Duty Highlights put context around that. Wanted to know if XRP could ever or never hit $100, what would need to happen for it to do so? Basically, it would need to be in a lot of use cases. It would need to be used by a lot of different systems. There needs to be a lot of demand for the token, and the supply's fixed. We know they have an escrow system, and we know they release a certain amount every month, but it has to be fixed. I mean, it is fixed, but it has to be in demand. And as the demand increases, the price increases as well. Yo, welcome back. What's up? Thank you so much, man. Good to see you. Eastside Strongarm, happy to be back. Cheers, man. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, man, are you still running your Codius contracts and your Codius host? I am actually not running my Codius host right now. I paused my Codius host. I think a few months ago, I paused my Codius host because they did an update. They pushed through a code update, and I did not update my money tap, my money X Money app or whatever. There's a couple different things that I needed to fix with my Codius before I turned it back on. It wasn't basically running effectively. My node, my Codius host was not green. It was in orange, and I needed to fix it, and I did not have time to fix it, so I just turned it off. But I will. I'll fix it, and I'll tell you guys how I fixed it, and we'll make that happen for sure. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. You are doing great. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much for throwing some questions at me. Yo, what's up? Something clever. How's it going, man? Cheers, cheers. What's up, everybody? The longer the market manipulation, the more exchanges XRP is being listed on. Adding pairs equals the stronger surge in the next bull run for the standard. And that's actually a really good point. The longer that we see this kind of time frame of uncertainty, then we see more people are learning about it, more people are being brought into the conversation, and there's more institutions that are really looking to make use of the technology. I think one of the biggest things on the horizon is going to be January 1st when the Settler app goes live. R3 Corda, again, is building out a remittance app for settlement that is all on their own. They're just using XRP for what it's best used for, which is a payment settlement network. And that's really awesome to see them doing that. So I'm excited about that. We'll see what happens on January 1st and what we can expect then. So good. So good to see that happening. Are you guys excited about that? Or are you guys really feeling this building momentum, this wave that's happening? It's a wave. It's coming around the stadium. Are you ready? KFN, are we hurting liquidity by sending to Ledger Nano S? Asks Moneybags. No, actually you're not. The XRP token, if you're sending it to your Ledger Nano S, it actually never leaves the XRP ledger. The XRP token is integral or inherently built into the distributed ledger technology that Ripple created that is the XRP ledger. So the XRP token never leaves the ledger. If you send it to your Ledger Nano S, which is the cold storage wallet that we usually encourage you guys to jump on and hold in, the reason that we say you should trust your cold storage wallet over anything else is because none of the XRP ever leaves the ledger. If you're using Binance, they're holding a wallet that has access to all these different people's bags, and they have specific, destination tags. That's how they know where to send your XRPs, because of all these specific destination tags inside their massive wallet. The thing is that they control that wallet. But even Binance doesn't have XRP off the XRP ledger. And that, in fact, that's what's so crazy about all these ledgers is that the tokens are built in and they never leave. They're part of the ledger. They're part of what makes the distributed ledger technology work. So if you're sending your XRP to your Ledger Nano S, all you're doing is basically taking control of your private keys. You're basically taking control of the access to your wallet. And that's great. That it means that the XRP is still there on the XRP ledger, and it means that you now have control over your private keys. So there you go. That's a good question, man. You're not hurting anything by moving it to your own ledger. It's the same. It's the same to them. There is, again, degrees of like market makers that have specific, bags of liquidity. They have bags for liquidity, or you have to realize that a lot of this was built out to solve for liquidity. So if we're thinking about even the 2008 financial collapse and looking at what the stock market's been doing, which the stock market actually had a really good run up yesterday, I believe. It had some really good turnback. But most of the problems that we experienced in the 2008 financial collapse were based on the lack of liquidity. And so the lack of liquidity really comes down to the fact that we didn't have people, market makers, that had the ability to utilize something that could be liquid. And that's what a lot of these global digital asset arms are providing or servicing or allowing people to source liquidity. And that's going to be really big. That's one of the things that David Schwartz said he wanted originally to focus on, and that's why XRP became a standard, or it's becoming a standard for remittance payments, or a standard for settling payments, is because he wanted to build a global liquidity pool. And he talks about this a lot, how you don't scale relationships on trust. People think banks all trust each other, but they actually have to develop individual partnerships each time they want to have liquidity provisions. And that's dangerous. When you run out of liquidity, you don't have time to go and just make a new partnership and develop a liquidity provision partnership efficiently enough to use that corridor. So XRP and Xpool and this whole ecosystem is a liquidity provision to an illiquid network. And that's what we have, is a developing legacy systems are very illiquid. So great question, man. Wow, you guys are so smart. How'd you guys get to be so smart? Oh, golly. Let's check out some more questions really quick, and then we'll get back to. I have a few more things. Actually, I'm gonna try to get back to you. I'm gonna try to get back to your comments. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna come back for a second. Let me just make sure we're not missing anything else that I pulled up today. This is the video. Binance adding 2 pairs. We looked at that. We have the Canadian crypto exchange to list XRP with the Canadian dollar. That's happening as well, and they're going to add more pairs after that. Let's see. We also have, we were looking at the topology of the network. People are talking about, is Bitcoin dead? We mentioned that for a minute. Okay, here we go. Ripple news today. Ripple's planning to upgrade the technology of cryptocurrency. So I'm not really sure, I'm not really sure how they're framing this conversation, because I haven't really looked at this. I saw it come up and I thought it'd be a good article to look at. But I think what they're basically talking about is the fact that XRP's ledger, XRPL, is basically an upgrade or refinement of technology for cryptocurrencies, which is something we talk about a lot. We recognize that they have enhanced security. They have, again, a more efficient system. They have a higher transaction per second than any other cryptocurrency out there. And when they push through Cobalt, which is one of their next upgrades, I think they're pushing it up to about 50,000 transactions per second is what they're saying. So again, XRP is not just like something we like because it's shiny. It's not something that we like because someone duped us. It's something that we're excited about because it's actually a refinement or an upgrade to the technology of crypto. And again, looking at the conversation still, if you, going back to the beginning of the stream, if you're talking to your family about crypto, most people are still thinking it's not going to do anything because that's they're highlighting Bitcoin. And I think that's okay for the general consumers to still think crypto is falling apart, because we're not talking about Bitcoin. We're talking about the XRP ledger and how it's an upgrade to the technology that is being developed. Good stuff. Good stuff right there. I saw this article too, and I didn't want to put it in the title because I just think it's funny. We might do a full edit about it, but XRP price prediction, guys. XRP price predictions. Oh, we like those price predictions. Wait, that's not That's not a hotkey. Let's do this one. Nope, that's not a hotkey either. Let's do this one.
Didn't know? Well, now you do. I don't like it spicy.
Now you do. I actually do like it spicy. Now, can XRP Ripple reach $10 by end of year? I don't know if they're talking about like in 5 days, in 4 days, or are they talking about in 2019? I think they're talking about 2019. So they've shifted the goalpost. I think we were talking about $10 before end of year a few months ago. Now $10 by end of next year. I think that there's a lot of reason to just kind of ignore price predictions because we don't know what the price of a token will be when we have all these partners piling into the network to use it for settlement. It could be right above its all-time high, like $4 or $5 right out the gate when they start using it. It could be $1. It could just jump to $1. We're at 35 cents. $1 would be cool to see. You know, it hit 80 cents inside a day when we saw that $4 billion volume network test. We saw it hit 80 cents right up from like 25 or 30. It went straight to 80 cents. Could it hit $10 by end of year? I'd say that's a pretty low ball guess if you're thinking about all the partners that we discussed coming on board in the network. But I think people like the idea of just putting some price on something because they're like, oh yeah, $10. Okay, how many do I have? Okay, how many do I have? Okay, $10. Okay, awesome, sweet. Oh yeah, I like the $10 price prediction. That sounds great. So I wouldn't get stuck on the price. I wouldn't even, I'll pop my back there for a second. I would not even worry about the price, honestly. I would just kind of let it be. I'd let it just do whatever. I'd let it do whatever. Let's turn this up a little bit. There we go. So we don't know. We don't know what the price is going to be when they start using it. I think that this is just speculation. So one of the other things, let's see, that came up today was, Ripple XRP will soon become the #1 cryptocurrency choice for various banks. This is a Brad Garlinghouse quote. I don't think it's just going to become the #1 choice for banks. I think it's going to become the #1 crypto, period, across the entire market. If you go look at live coin watch and you're like, well, I don't know. XRP is going to become dominant. It's going to become dominant really, really quick. And it's just easy to see that if you have something more efficient, if you have something that's going to be more effective or it's going to be used more than any of these other tokens, when you have the team basically showing up and rubbing elbows and building out partnerships and relationships with the people who basically are moving money around the world, it's easy to see how quickly XRP is going to surpass Bitcoin. And what people are talking about right now is Ethereum catching up, but Ethereum's not catching up. It's still got $1.5 billion between it getting even close to XRP. And XRP throughout this last month especially has been making huge gains on Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin popped up a little bit and was at 4 for a minute and it came back down. So if we go look at Bitcoin and XRP, it's actually still closing in on that 10,000 Satoshi mark. So pretty much the biggest thing you can take away from the whole ecosystem is the fact that Bitcoin is king and it's failing. It's basically losing its support. It's losing its dominance. It's losing dominance. What's going to happen is XRP is going to take dominance because it's going to be used more. It's going to have more use cases. It'll be more efficient. And especially as we move more towards people recognizing like, wait, why are we using all this energy to mine Bitcoin when XRP not only is more efficient energetically, it's also more efficient to send cost effectively. And then people are going to be like, well, okay, who's all running these nodes? Just like someone asked earlier in the chat, who's running nodes and why? The reason people are running nodes is because they want to be part of this ecosystem. So that's a pretty much overview, generalized understanding of what's happening, and the long-term conversation that we've been in. The conversation, the narrative of crypto has been a minute, but I can say that we might need to be patient. We might need to be patient. It might take a little bit longer than we expected or we wanted it to happen. But if it is going to take longer, that means potentially we have more opportunities to learn and to develop the ecosystem and to make sure that everything is set up ready to go when it comes out. So that's good stuff, I think. And I think that's what we want. I think you want it to be effective. Like you want the market release of a new technology to go well. You don't want them to push it to market and be like, ooh, actually, we weren't ready. So that's good. That's what we want, is to have a solid launch into the market. Yo. Ethereum and XRP will have an epic battle since the new Ethereum update. Yeah, Ethereum update is interesting. They're partial proof of stake. I'm sure that they're, like I saw Vitalik Buterin saying that it's going to go to $200 pretty easily sometime soon, but I don't know. I would be reluctant to say that there's any specific outcome for Ethereum until we see that actually take place, until we see them actually push through their upgrades. So that's a good question. Really good question. Cheers, what's up? Can you answer some general tax questions? No, I cannot, because those questions are not general at all. They're very specific to where you are and your own unique case, and I am not a tax professional. So if you guys are serious about your tax questions, I would seek out a tax professional, and possibly one that has a little bit of knowledge in crypto. And I think that might be something that you might have a hard time finding, but at the same time, I think if you are interested in that, you can do your due diligence and you'll find out. You'll figure it out. Cheers. All right, guys. Well, we've been up for about an hour. We started at 9:45. It's about 10:45. And unless you guys have anything else last minute that you guys want to chat about or run through, we'll have to do it again tomorrow. We'll be back up at the same time, probably 9:45, 10 or something, trying to do it a little bit earlier than normal. And I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. It really means a lot. Thank you guys so much for all the love, for the super chats. I really appreciate you. Farshad, it means a lot. Bandito, Larry O, thank you guys so much. It means so much. I really appreciate it. And also every single one of you showing up, asking comments, asking questions, commenting, supporting the stream. Thank you. Please send this stream out to other XRP enthusiasts. Share it on Twitter. Do all the things to help us blow up our channel again. We were getting a little bit of time off, basically just kind of getting everything together, getting ourselves situated. I had to move, etc. So we'll be doing more edits. I'll put up some more edits, and I'll put up some more vlogs and like workout videos, all the usual things happening like they do. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate you for tuning in. Cheers. You're beautiful and amazing just how you are, guys. Be safe out there. Watch out for chupacabras. Have a great day. Until I see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.
No. No.